Mr. Jack Frost, better times.
Bombard, I got your Geoffrey. Girls, hey, big up Buju Banton and Benny Tandy. Jack Frost, you hear me? Hey, girl, me know say you a cocky rider. The girl and with the tight vagina give good head. Me know say you a cocky rider. Any man where you grip one, there with you forever. Girl, you something good and you ask this just because. I know any man can come and take off your dress. The way you something tight, you left your ex-man in I never know you would have left him be a gunman terrace. That is me. Some of these fools, them bad luck hit KFC. No, me not talk about Kentucky. Keep the fuck coming, she text me no stocky. Her ex-man a simp, she treat him like puppy. Hey, girl, me know say you a cocky rider.
What's going on, people? What is up? Welcome. We are back to talk another episode. Well, 3 episodes of Bel-Air. Have Brian the Grizzly with me right now. Danny should be popping in, and also Brandman. But right now, just tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Hey, I'm Brian the Grizzly. You can see me on Spolier Kings on Mondays and Thursdays from 9 Central, to midnight. We go all night long because that's the only time as a father I got. just be honest.
I remember those days, when we first started streaming. We were up here till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and we were doing it like every night. I ain't doing that no more. Not happening.
It's not the streaming part; it's the other stuff. So like cutting up videos and trying to edit and all that stuff. That's what takes the long time.
That's why I don't do it. That's why I don't do it. Nah, bro. Sometimes I'd be like, all right, I'm going to try and make a video. And then I make a video, and it's like a 10-minute video, and it takes me 30 minutes to edit and all that. Nah, too much work for me. I need to get my YouTube channel big so I can pay someone to edit the videos, and then I can do that stuff. But until then, yeah, that's not happening. Absolutely not.
That's all right. I'll take do it when he gets back. Like, hey, look, you go back to doing all that stuff, man. That's for the dogs. I'm done.
And if you guys haven't seen the show last night, check it out. I was on there last night. Great conversation. We talked about The Crow and some of the trailers that came out. Actually, you know what? Since those guys ain't here, did you see the new trailer that dropped today?
No, which one?
Sonic?
Oh, I did see the Sonic one. So I would love to watch that again. That was... I'm a Sonic fan. I did not like the first movie. The second movie I thought was great. And I think that, Dr. Robotnik with Jim Carrey is just perfect.
I agree. 100%. I agree with you. Let's see if we can find the trailer and bring it up.
Sonic, you finally found your family.
Track, keep up.
I know it hasn't always been easy, but you didn't change who you are.
That shit looks like it's going to be fire, bro.
I love Shadow.
Shadow is the Winter Hedgehog. Facts. Me too.
He is.
When
you're 100% right. That's 100%.
I was kind of with you. I liked the first one, but I didn't think it was great. I thought the second one was really good, and this one looks like it's even better, man. And I like the way they're doing their stories. It's just video game movies haven't been doing so well, but this one is definitely one that I'm interested in seeing.
It's one of the best franchises that's come out as far as video games. I mean, I can't think of anything that's like that great that we've seen that's been accurate in having the powers of all the characters. I don't know. I mean, I know Mario broke the theaters, but making all the money. But I had more fun with my Sega. Honestly, I used to play Sonic the Hedgehog over and over and over again.
Yeah, me too. And like last night when Brandman was talking about Kid Chameleon, I had that on my Sega. That's what I was playing on my Sega. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, okay. I personally too did like the Sega better, but Nintendo had more longevity than the Sega did. That's for sure.
You can play the original Nintendo. I mean, I played it until it was nothing but a spoon and a cartridge. Like, it was nothing left. I was still figuring out a way to play this thing,
We all know the blowing on the cartridge, putting it in slowly, you know what I mean? And when it loads up, you're like, yes. Yeah.
When it no longer would go back down because the spring went out,
yes,
you put 2 spoons in it, and you kind of jimmy rig it, and it'll be fine. It'll play. Let me play my Zelda game.
I feel the CGI animated video games work as much as movies, but live action video game adaptations work as TV shows.
I can see what
Well,
you're saying.
that's how it's been so far, right? You know, Halo season 1 was trash, but season
Halo
2
season
was
2
really
was
good.
awesome. Oh,
That
my
was
God.
really good. So, and then when we talk about the movies, Mortal Kombat, trash,
The
garbage.
first one, I don't care what anyone says. The first one, you know, it might not be a good movie. I love the first Mortal Kombat. That doesn't matter. Who
We're
came?
talking about the original one,
The
right?
original one. The
Yes, yes.
original one.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Still a classic. You could still watch that today. It may not hold up as well, but I could still watch it.
I don't know. I feel like he almost does hold up though. Like, you know, the scream in the background, Mortal Kombat. Like, it was so much fun. But besides that, is there? I mean, what else? I mean, I don't know what else. What other video game really holds up that I really enjoy?
They did the Resident Evil, trash.
Yeah, Resident Evil. I like Mia, but yeah, she never, never did a great movie.
Yeah, no. First one was doable. You know what I mean? I said, okay, first one is doable, but the rest of them after that, what they did to Nemesis and everything,
Nemesis, yes,
garbage, bro, absolute garbage.
That's funny you say that because I remember playing Nemesis in my basement on my old Zenith TV, scared to death. Like, turn all the lights out. I'm playing. I'm like, I'm starting to hear things around the corner and everything. It was. I used to love that.
Get away from that fucker. It would drive me crazy, man. You know what I mean? Take too long, boom, and he's right on your ass. I'm like, oh my god. And to fight him at the end, that last fight with him.
It had to take me. I don't know. I want to say it's probably took me like 2 months to beat that game.
Yeah, me too. It took a long time too. I even stopped and went back to it later because I'm like, I can't do this, you know. But I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, so I love all the games pretty much, and disappointed that those movies were so trash.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Tomb Raider. I think Tomb Raider is probably the same. I love Angelina Jolie, especially growing up. I loved Angelina Jolie, but the movie wasn't good. Just Angelina Jolie was fine at the time, and that's all I cared about.
Yeah, and then they tried to do the remake to it, which was absolute ass. I couldn't get through that one. You also had the Uncharted one.
Yep.
I didn't even watch that one. I watched some of the beginning. I was like, nah, I'm good. I like The Last of Husband, Twisted Metal, but I haven't seen Fallout yet.
Twisted Metal wasn't bad.
Oh, The Last of Us. Okay, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Last of Us wasn't bad. Twisted Metal wasn't bad either.
I liked Fallout. I thought Fallout kind of captured what it was supposed to capture for it.
Yeah, I like Fallout too. But again, those are the TV shows, right? So it seems to work pretty well with the TV shows. You just got to get the movies on point. Oh, Mr. Danny Graham is in the house. What's up, Danny?
What's up, Danny?
What's up? What's going on?
Brother?
Right.
Look at that. You got some unwanted guests in that house, Danny.
Some ghosts, they got to go, brother, because I ain't moving.
Facts. On Sunday when you go to church, grab some of that holy water. You know what I mean?
I got some in the room right now, brother.
Incense.
Tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Oh, you can find me on the Road to Wisdom on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got to do one for the night. I don't know what I'm going to come up with, but I'll do something. And on Wednesdays, the Hangout, and then on Sundays, the Storms Live.
Yes, sir.
Here as long as Bel-Air is playing.
Yes, sir. And we got 3 episodes, and there's only 10 from what I've seen. So I guess that means we have, 4 more episodes to go? I don't know how they're going to do that.
Are they going to drop 2 and 2? Like,
I don't know. I was surprised that they drop in 3 at a time.
Oh, they drop all 4.
Me too.
I want to be prolonged. I want to know that it goes a little bit longer. I hate when you drop it and then I'm like, oh, I have nothing else to look forward to.
Yeah,
I like 3. Give me 3, 3, 2, 2. I'll be.
Well, they should do 12. They should have done 12 episodes instead of 10.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
4
smart.
weeks of it. That'd been 1 month.
Yep.
I can live with that.
Yeah, so could I, 100%. Yeah, so we are here to talk about Bel-Air. We have 3 episodes to talk about. And episode 4, I'll just read the synopsis of it. It's after LaMarcus' accident, everyone rallies around Hilary to support her. Will and Carlton feel the pressure of running Black Seth, and it starts affecting their relationship. Lisa and Amira try to ease the tension with a group date. So let's start with, because I know episode 6, we're going to have a lot to say about that one. So what are you guys' thoughts on episode 4?
Will get on my nerves because he don't know the business. Let Carlton be the front man, then he be the man. Like he can make stuff happen, like he did with that rapper. So that's his strength. The business aspect of it, they gotta learn that happy medium, or either he gotta learn like he was trying to do. You should be learning after the fact, because when he said something about CPA or whatever, and that guy looked at him, he said something crazy. I'm like, bro, you can't make any mistakes in front of that cat, because he gave you a break. He really give you 2 chances. So you go in there and you're not taking advantage of those chances, then. But he got a little irritating to me with that one. I don't like Carlton's girlfriend. I think she's crazy.
Oh, I said the same thing, Danny.
Yeah,
I elbowed my wife. I was like, she a crazy one. I could see.
She's crazy.
So, I don't want to get away. Oh, yeah, she about to fuck shit up.
And I don't like LaMarcus. I definitely don't like his daddy. His daddy was cool on Green Lantern, on Green Arrow.
Yeah.
I don't like him. That he's on there like 30 seconds. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like you because you're stupid. You see your son is hurt. He talking about getting back on the field. So
he's living through his son. I mean, precariously.
Yeah, but he already had his time, didn't he? Say he was a football.
But football players can't give it up. So what they do is they live it through their kids for it again.
If I had my money right, I could give it up. If I had my money right, then okay. Then I'd be trying to transition into one of these sports shows like Mr. Brady. Boy, I think Brady gonna kill it. I saw one of his things.
We can get on that later, but I don't know.
I didn't think old boy had him, but I think he's the best color commentator. Tony Romo.
I like Greg Olson.
Yeah. Tony Romo's a beast.
I
like Greg too, but man, Tony made me want to watch the game more than I already want to watch it. Like, let's say, who's the worst 2 teams in the NFL? Like the Atlanta Falcons playing
Chicago Bears.
Those are 2 good teams.
I don't want to watch that, but if Tony Romo calling it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I like the way Tony Romo calls his games too.
No,
he's wrong. And as a football mind, I watch Tony Romo and he calls plays out and he's wrong. The way his whole logic is wrong. He was right the first year. The second year is obviously he's just going off of things that he thought was right. That is not the way things work. He was like, oh yeah, it obviously went from cover 1 to cover 2. Now, like, it's definitely not cover 2, it's cover 4, man. I have no idea what he's doing with a backside zone. Like, he's calling the wrong stuff and then telling you that the wrong thing is coming up. So, like, he's trying to have that same magic he had the first year.
The ones I've seen, he'd be like, well, watch him do this, and this. And that was his height and knew exactly what that clown said. I'm like, how he know that? The games I'm seeing now, the games that you've seen, I don't know, but the games I'm seeing, that sucker look like Houdini. How he pulled that out of his butt? I didn't even see that.
He did, but like the stuff, it's like obviously he doesn't do the research he does that other commentators do behind the scenes, and that bothers me a little bit because I think he's making so much money. But yeah, as I digress.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get back because I was thinking one thing. I agree with Danny with Will in this, and I understood Carlton's frustration with him. You know what I mean? But it's like, because Will kept kind of like trying to steal the spotlight, right? And I was like, Will, you got to let Carlton do his thing.
Because Carlton ain't got no fallback plan. Will do. If this don't work out, he can fall back on basketball. Right now, Carlton, this is all he got. So 100%. I feel Carlton's frustration too.
And now Carlton's girlfriend, I mean, I don't really have an issue with her, to be honest with you. Like you guys do.
Fool, and she look like what I would picture a black witch would look like to me. That's what she look. When I look at her, I can see the witch hat on her head and the broom. When I look at her, that's the visual I get.
Wow.
I'm just telling you.
I think, and I hope not, but I think she's gonna be. There's gonna be an issue with her and Carlton. You know, maybe she's gonna get back into drugs or something like that.
She's gonna fall. She's gonna regret. She's gonna regress.
Whenever you trying to find something, first of all, I ain't going on no curvy mountain looking at her and not driving. Now, if she gonna do the other thing, I'm cool with that. But looking at her and there's curves and stuff, no, you sound fool.
That's how you get caught up, though.
So
think that, oh man, she did stuff I never saw.
Crazy ones are the nastiest. Well, we seen why Carlton ended up. You know what I mean? She was like faster, and she went down on him, and Carlton went faster, right? So yeah, Tony, you're right. They are the nastiest. You know what I mean? So
Carlton's just lucky he didn't crash. You can't focus. You can't just be jumping right into that.
Yeah.
Take some time. You got to practice before you
jump. 100%. Yeah, 100%. You know, and she was like, close your eyes and tell him to drive with his eyes closed. I thought that was going to be a mistake. But as you can see, she's like, oh, this is our next high, right? She sends him the picture of jumping off the board. So even though she may be trying to get away from the drugs, she's looking for something else to get that high.
You know what I mean? I ain't jumping off nobody cliff.
Facts. And you said LaMarcus. Yeah, I don't like LaMarcus at all either. I want to see Hilary back with Jazz 100%. There's just something about him. And I actually thought that, you know, and I still think it could happen that, you know, his injury is going to be a lot worse than it is. And it's actually going to cause problems for Hilary and their relationship.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree a little bit. So.
I'm height shaming.
Go ahead. Why do you disagree?
So I think what's going to happen, he's going to die.
Really?
Yeah. So, you know, remember Trevor? You remember Trevor from the original series?
Yep.
Hilary, will you marry?
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to have a great game or rush back into the game and get killed.
Yep.
His heart stops.
And they setting it up. He said, I'm living with this my whole life.
Yep. And his dad knows, and he's still forcing him to go back quickly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I believe. Yeah. I'm with you, Brian.
No, it makes sense because they seem to be following certain beats of the original show, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, I could see that happening 100%. Tony said, I feel LaMarcus' father will be the cause of their breakup. Not just that, but like you said, he's gonna, because of the father, and we only got a little glimpse of him, he is going to actually be the one to push him to get back on the field too soon, which is going to cause tension. And then, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Why are you going to have your son's agent on the phone? His heart just stopped, and he had his agent on the phone. Hey, here you go right here.
He was more concerned about the money. He's more concerned about the MVP status instead of his son's life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's always a problem.
But you see, what I like about that is it's a contrast to some of what happens in episode 6, right? But in episode 6, they fix all that situation. But it's kind of the same situation, right? Because that's how Will's father was when he spoke to him when he first seen him at the barbershop. He was like, oh, no, you know, you need to get back into basketball, and that's where it's at, and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's kind of foreshadowing that part, which is really good. Yeah, I realized Marcus' father is Deagle from Arrow. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is Deagle. What else did we have in this episode? So Hilary is starting to build a band. I don't know what they're doing with
Ashley
yet.
Ashley,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the way she had that guy in the room. I'm with the mom on that.
Oh yeah, no. She says she thinks she's gay.
Mm-hmm.
Right now she doesn't know what she is. And that's gonna be an issue. Like all of a sudden she's gonna realize I have feelings for this guy.
She's confused.
Yeah, she's confused. Yeah. She doesn't know what she likes. She doesn't like boys or girls. She can like all of it. She's too young to figure that stuff out. And I think that's my issue, even with with youngsters now. I feel like you shouldn't jump to knowing something yet. You don't know enough. Find out who you are before you make those decisions and put yourself in a weird position that you didn't see it coming.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. Because even when she had the boy in there, and the mom was like, no, and they were like, oh, the pronoun stuff and that. But the way she was looking and having a conversation kind of looked like she was, feeling him. Yeah. Kind of looked like she was feeling him. So that's interesting.
I was watching with my wife, and she said, my rule was if he had a penis when he walked in the door, he needs to walk right back out that door. That's just it. He, they, you, whatever you want to call yourself, that's fine. But if you have a penis, you're going to be outside of the room. That's just it.
Facts. It doesn't matter.
He identifies as he, they, what? No, I see him as like Brian said, he's a guy, so he gets to go. And I don't care about no door being open. You're gonna be in the kitchen at the table.
Yeah.
And you might be at one end of the table, he might be at the other end of the table. That's how it's gonna be. Or he can leave.
You can go sit in the living room. We have a big house. You ain't gotta be in your bedroom.
No.
Crazy.
Then writing love songs. So they're gonna leave too.
And then we had Phil and Vivian were still having their issues in this episode. What are your thoughts on that one? Because
I was done with Vivian. Vivian was killing me. I was done for a little bit. I could not believe what she was doing. And then the fact that Phil just stayed calm the whole time and it was cool. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, I would have been choking people. It would have been blood everywhere, guts. This is what you did. This is what you want. Like, it would have been yelling and all type of stuff. He handled it so cool. I was like, there's no way in hell I could have done that.
You talking about when he came to the office and old boy was there?
Yeah. Everything that was going on. Like, he handled it so well. He was so calm the entire time. Like,
no, he did, because when they brought him that breakfast, he went off.
Yeah, but I think that's marriage banter. Like, you have that, like, you still, hey, I've been waiting 2 days. What's going on? Let's whatever. I feel like that's one thing, but when you're faced with the thought of infidelity, I think that takes over.
She had to play it cool because she didn't kiss.
Mm-hmm.
He kissed. Now, had it been the other way around, I don't think Phil would have been that calm, but he had to play it cool because technically he went a little bit further than what she did. Now, he you could tell he didn't like it at that office.
He didn't go on a date. He didn't consciously make a decision to do something. She consciously went. So we're going on lunch. He made me lunch, and we're going out. That's a date.
That was on the office. It was at her office.
They were outside, and he made her lunch, and they were outside on the park bench. like that's a date.
They didn't go on a date.
Oh man, I don't care if he ain't delivery.
Office, he brought it there.
Delivery man, it's a date. Don't just bring my wife's stuff. You came to her office. You brought the lunch. Wow. You made it for her special. Oh, I'm just glad I got to watch you eat. I want to choke the man.
I ain't saying I wouldn't do that, but it wasn't no date. A date like she get dressed, put on lipstick, and she go out the house without you, and you go to this restaurant or wherever, and then they sitting there together. That's a date. But
that's a lunch date. On my anniversary, she's sitting there having lunch with another man that he finds her attractive. That's a date.
Facts.
That's a lunch date, and we're gonna have a lunch problem.
Wow.
Facts. 100%. You know what I mean? And then they ended up. You see, I think he kind of messed up too when she was like, "Oh, you see me with the man," and didn't say anything. And he was like, "Oh, well, I didn't want to, let me say, jump to conclusions or something like that."
Yeah.
And she was like, I was like, "Oh, bro."
He was trying to downplay. He was trying to downplay what he did.
Yes,
he played it wrong.
Because he would. I think he played it right.
I think he could have said, "Well, if you want to win the argument, he got everything back together." So I can't say he did it wrong. But if you want to play it right, you say, once again, you made a conscious decision to go out with this dude. And then she came and kissed me. I pushed her away and got off of this thing.
And then she's gonna say, "You made a conscious decision not to tell me. I got to hear it from this heifer instead of hearing it from you."
Yeah, I'm like, because I didn't want you killing her. I love you so much. I don't want you in jail.
Facts. Like, I know you, right? I know you. I know what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? You're gonna go down there and you're gonna rail up and box off the girl's face and all of that. I'm like, no, we can't have that, you know. But yes,
They're trying to get out mind tricks. You know them ain't gonna work.
Yes, he did mess up by not telling her 100%. I agree with you. But I also agree with you. You don't say that. That is not what you say. Because now exactly what happened. She was like, oh, so what you're trying to say? Like, I jumped to conclusions because of a kiss? You know what I mean? Like, that's physical. You actually kissed this girl or this woman kissed you. You know what I mean? And he's just on, oh, well, you know, it doesn't mean nothing. Instead of saying, I didn't kiss her. She kissed me. You know what I mean?
I pushed
That's
her
where you
away
go with
and walked
it.
away.
Yes.
You
Yes.
consciously went on this date with this man on our anniversary.
Yes, yes. I did not kiss her. She kissed me, you know? And then they end up having that dinner, and all the information came out on that dinner, you know what I mean? Where they tried to be honest with each other, which I thought was at least good. You know, at least that. What else happened? Will and Carlton, they got that job, and
I mean, they were upset at each other the whole episode 4.
The thing at the beach, I didn't like that.
Double date. That was stupid. I was like, that's
Oh,
young
yeah, the
girls
beach
thing. Like, we're gonna
part.
do this together.
They could have done without that. They could have
Yeah.
cut that out.
Yeah, I agree. With the arguing and fighting at the beach, and then when they were playing volleyball, and you know what I mean.
Hey, what you guys think about Will trying to play both of them at the same time, trying to have Jackie on one side, you know, and have Lisa on the other? Like, oh, we're gonna all be one big happy family. We're gonna try to make this all happen.
You know what he's trying to do. He's trying to be slick.
100%.
But Lisa called her out.
Yep.
And then she sent that call hurt. You know what you was trying to do. You know, good and well in a weak moment with Will by yourself, you would have tried to do something if she didn't check her. So
that most definitely. And Will's confused. He doesn't know if he really wants to be with her.
Shoot.
No, I think he wants to be with Lisa.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I think he wants to be with Lisa. Yeah, I know you guys.
Hi, Lisa.
I think for his relationship, I think it's better for him to be with Lisa, but I think he's more attracted to Jackie.
Yeah, I'm saying it's better for him to be with Lisa, but I know. Look at that boy.
I'll put up this poll because I'm tired of these guys, to be honest with you.
Aslan Martin.
They pissing me off, and Danny was like, "Let's put up a poll." So I'm gonna put up a poll. And this
that ain't no fair poll. You putting up one trying to look
dolled up as much as possible.
Yeah,
then the other one like a schoolgirl. No,
those are pictures I'm fine. You know what I mean?
No,
I think they both look pretty good in the pictures.
I believe wholeheartedly that girl Jaslyn, the one playing Jackie, I think she is more attractive, like more sexy. Her body type is more curvy. She has that different look. The girl Simone playing Lisa, she has an athletic build, but she has a swimmer's body. So that means she doesn't have a Coke bottle frame. So that which means is she has broad shoulders, right? She has a strong back. Like she doesn't have the hips, and I think that's what it is.
Hold on, because I was just about to bring it up too. Tony, you are 100%. I know. You see, this is why I like Tony, because I know he's seen it too. Lisa had them cheeks out at the beach, 100%. And there was a scene where I was like, "Oh,
I saw that. I saw that. I also believe Jackie has the same thing.
That booty looked,
if not more.
Good. That booty looked real good. I was like, okay, not too bad. You know what I mean? So, but again,
she's not ugly. Guys, I don't want anyone to think that I'm thinking that she's ugly. Because she's not ugly. It's just that it's athletic build, or do you want a small petite girl that's more shaped,
kind of thicker?
Yeah, that's what you want at the time. You know, this is like steak or lobster. What do you want? Sometimes I don't like fishy stuff.
I want steak.
Give me the steak.
Jackie is thicker. I don't think Jackie is thicker, to be honest with you.
It's different. Once again, like because she's athletic. It looks like Jackie would be squatting. You know, she'd be doing leg lifts. Like you know, that's different than
Anyways, the poll is up there. We'll keep it up until the end of the show. I'm just saying though, there's something about Jaslyn. There's something about her face, especially in the show, that I find like I'm just like, when it comes to prettier or sexier, I think it's Simone, 100%. But I was proven wrong twice by these guys and by my son. So I'm like, whatever, man. You guys have no taste. You guys have no taste. You know what I mean? Arguing with Danny today, he telling me saying Lathan ain't sexy. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Once again, another athletic build.
I told you the difference. You saying that in order for a woman to be sexy, she got to be pretty. I'm saying that's not always the case. Sexy is an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
There've been some women that don't look all that fantastic in the face, but their body, the way they carry themselves, what they wear, the way they act, has a sexiness and appeal. And there be some women that are just beautiful.
Yeah,
just
but
because
for
you're
me,
beautiful don't mean that you're sexy.
But when you saying sexy, you have to have the whole package. You have to look good. You have to have the body, right?
Well, you don't.
You can't have a butter face and look at her and say, "Oh, she's sexy." No, she has a nice body. That doesn't mean she's sexy.
You don't have to be beautiful to be sexy.
You have to look good. Yes,
you can look
100%.
decent though, but someone else could look better than you. But you being sexy is a frame of mind. Like, what do you do when you? It's like that have that swag. You know, you have something. It's like for that, you have to have that it factor. You know, she knows how to carry herself, not just be beautiful, but carry it the right way.
Where she dressed, where she smell, all that entails sexiness. You could be looking like Halle Berry and be like, ugh, because
Yeah,
your
100%.
attitude, but then
But
you could look
but
like.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Someone that's not. Like, I wish I could pull up that clip where old girl, you said she ain't sexy. But when she running out that water in that green bikini on that movie, she is sexy.
No, her body look good, but I don't think just because your body looks good, you that makes you sexy, right? For me, you have to be pretty and you have to have that body too as well. You have to portray that. You know what I mean?
Jackie also matches his hustle. That's the other thing that kind of really attractive. She matches your hustle. She's not just, she's not being like dealing with stuff that's at home. She understands what the streets, she understands where things are, and she matches what you're doing. So when a woman matches what you do and enhances what you are, like what Jackie did in episode 6, that makes you even more sexy. That brings even more attractiveness.
Who did?
When Jackie, she got the T-shirt with the dude and got them 6.1 million views. That's that kind of stuff is sexy too, because you're enhancing him without doing that stuff too.
So he asked me also, where would you rank Carlton's girl? I think she's cute.
She's pretty.
I think I'd probably put her ahead of both of these girls, to be honest with you. But I'd have to see like other pictures, right? Not from the show, but I'd probably put her ahead of both of these girls.
Who's the prettiest one on the show?
Oh, that's Coco.
Coco prettier than Ivy?
Yeah.
Coco prettier than Ivy?
Yes.
I think it's a lot closer than you saying.
Coco is not prettier than Lisa. No way.
Yes.
No.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
She is sexier than Lisa, but she ain't prettier than Lisa.
I think so. I think Coco has the whole package. I think Coco gives Thunder a run for her money. 100%.
Oh, no. I know you sick now.
Yeah, 100%.
You lost me, man.
Gives Thunder a run for her money.
Not Thunder.
100%. Have you seen Coco's Instagram, Twitter, X page?
I didn't even have to see anything. I saw Black Lightning. I was in love.
Yeah, I saw Thunder. That's it.
Thunder is fine, but Coco's right up there. What's up, Anik? How you doing? Episode 5. Will and Carlton look for a solution for their black access problems at a pickleball tournament. Viv and Phil celebrate their anniversary, but something's off between them. So first, I wanted to say, when they had to do the tennis match, and she was like, "Let's go, Will," and I was like, "Will, can take it." And then she's like, "Okay, you're gonna play me." And Will was like, "Oh, not the thing I was."
Yeah, that's not what I thought we were gonna do.
Yeah, I thought something else.
Me too. Me too. I was like, okay, so that's where we're going with this.
Now, what her name is, Miss what? It was something.
I can't remember. Remember.
She had a sexiness about her too.
But she was mean. She was pushy, but she was sure of herself, and that kind of is what brings that out. I agree.
Yeah, she was all right. What's up, Tamika? How you doing? Thanks for popping up. I just didn't like the fact that Will beat her. You know what I mean? It looked like she does that, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't ever remember Will being able to, or ever her playing it, you know.
No, so you don't remember. So when he was before they had a job, all he was doing was going on playing pickleball. That's what that game was. It was pickleball.
Yeah.
So that's all he was doing
Yep.
all the time.
And I'm gonna tell you who the sexiest woman on there to me. Vivian's friend.
Yeah.
That came to the office and was giving her that stuff to smoke. Man,
Yeah.
I like her.
Mm-hmm.
Even since when she was
to be honest with you, Vivian's friend that came in this episode from The Best Man, Shelby, she's sexier than the rest of them.
Oh no, Shelby's so stupid acting.
Yeah, but she's sexy though. You know what I mean? And she carries that because I'll never forget. I think they were the best part of the Best Man.
The last one they were.
Yeah, they were the best part of that. So, you know what I mean? But
how did you guys feel about Gator being the dude that was they were trying to find? From that's his name, Gator.
Gator.
Yeah, Gator. Still, he was the guy who was the guy he was trying to get on Black Cess, the T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
The rapper.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about him, bro.
Me neither did I. Like I figured it was a real rapper, but I had no idea.
Right. Next.
Yeah.
No so you guys never watched Lil Dicky, like his show?
Nope. Brian, we almost 20 years older than you, bro.
Oh, you're not. Well, if you're 60, then you are. You're right. If you're 60, you are.
I'm 54. I'll be 54 in 2 days.
Okay. That's 14. Yes, yeah. But the show came out 4 years ago, so yeah, okay.
Birthday stream, Danny?
I might. Ain't no big.
What up?
It's only 54.
I'm just happy. This is the first time I took off since I've been working on my birthday.
Really?
Nice.
So I'm just ready to just get away from my job. God, it's getting on my nerves now. So I'm happy for that.
I think I worked one day ever on my birthday.
I just don't. I never did. 28 years. First time I ever took my birthday off. In fact, I'm taking Thursday and Friday off, and then Monday is Labor Day, so I have a long weekend.
Nice.
That sounds good.
I don't plan on doing nothing but chilling.
I
stay in my man cave. That's where I'll be.
Been a minute, Paul. Thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. We didn't get into the stuff with Geoffrey's son.
Jeffrey? Oh my god.
I don't like Geoffrey's son, but Geoffrey's girlfriend is fire.
Oh, Jeff. Yes. I agree with you 100%. Jeffrey's girlfriend is fire. I would put her up there too as well.
Yeah. That's the one he was in love with.
I like that afro look she had, that accent. I was like skin tone. I was like,
he had to leave her in England.
Yeah.
I don't like James.
Me neither. And we'll get into a little bit of it. But I didn't like him at first, right? And we talked about what the cell phone was, and then we actually get over like what the cell phone was, and I was like, okay, that kind of
only time I did like him when he said, I'll pick her every time. I'm not picking you up. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's sticking up for his mom. I like that.
Yeah, 100%. Aubrey,
telling you, man. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sick of Uncle Phil and Viv. It's getting repetitive, and Aunt Viv have been flirting with men since season 1. Yeah. At this point, do they need to get a divorce? So we're gonna get into that too, because a lot of that comes into play in season 6.
They don't need. 6, right? They don't need to get a divorce. I don't think.
That's really episode 5.
I think them coming clean in episode 5 kind of wiped the slate clean because she admitted that it felt good to be undressed with his eyes. And
but she does it every season. That's why I was rolling my eyes the entire time she was talking. I was like, every season is the same thing.
Well, I remember the first season, not last season. First season it was Michael Ealy.
Yeah, Mike Ealy. Yeah,
I don't remember nobody in the second season. I think
second season was that cart guy. It was a different one, but she went to go check that guy with the food truck, and they did that little flirt, and it didn't last long, but she was flirting with him for a bit. And then
she does it every season. Like, she just wants to be out there doing her own thing. Like, it's almost like I feel that she feels that, because it's her time, she doesn't want to have to be behind Phil anymore because so much she was putting him up, supporting him, doing the dinner parties, doing all this stuff. And part of her frustration is that she doesn't feel like she needs to do that anymore. She wants to be up front. She wants him to be that thing.
This is a reflection of Jada and Will in real life.
So I've been putting you up now. What's my time?
Jealous. Jada Pinkett thinks it's her time now, and Will's the star.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Phil's a star. Like I really like that part where him and Geoffrey went out to that picket or that little thing, and he started talking for the man, and that was smooth how he did that.
Absolutely, and I also like the fact we got the Phil saying I can't do this with you anymore. The business partner, and she was like, well, we're gonna have to take all your clients, if you leave. And he was like, well, you know what?
I do what you gotta do. As I said.
Anzo, I'm sorry, but Geoffrey is a killer.
Oh, hell yeah. He got some bodies.
When they was picketing, she was like, we need Geoffrey to handle this. I was like, I said, yeah. Geoffrey, go handle this, all right.
Hey, you knew that from in episode 6 with Roman. He killed some people.
Oh, yeah.
He got body count.
Hey, him and the real Geoffrey, that was a fire scene, boy.
I again, we are not going to get into this conversation again. I told you guys last week that until they tell us that Geoffrey has taken a body, he has only taken that one body so far. No. And he only did it.
Episode 6, they basically told us that he took a body. Because
what did
Roman say? Roman was like, hey, you got to come back and work for the family.
That's
you got to work it off.
And
that's the one guy. That's the one guy was the boss.
He's like, you got. They know he's not just one guy. He's like, you got bodies. You got to work this off. We know what you could do.
He know what you could do. He didn't say no bodies.
And then he said,
that's the only reason he got in trouble for that, guy, is because he was the leader. He killed the boss.
The leader, yes.
He killed the boss. But he didn't just learn how to kill somebody.
He probably
just started at the top.
He directed people to do it. You know what I mean? That's what he did. He was number 2. Number 2s don't get their hands dirty. They send the little foot soldiers out to do them things, man.
Jeffrey's John Wick,
bro.
Jeffrey is John Wick.
Yes, Jeffrey is the Black John Wick. All he needed is one of them suits.
Trust me when I tell you, the number 2s send out the foot soldiers. That's why there's the rankings.
Was he in number 3 though? Because Roman was ahead of him still.
Last time I checked,
he was in number 3.
You don't jump an organization being a number 2. You got to work your way up.
No, he worked his way up on bodies.
Yes,
we don't know what bodies. He could have been anything else. Money laundering. He's very smart.
It's like Geoffrey is killing at an alarming rate.
No.
Jeffrey killed. That's why Will Smith boy problem went away.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not defaming the black guy on this show here. All right, we're not doing that.
I like Geoffrey is my favorite character on the show.
Exactly, and Geoffrey has only did one murder, and it was because he was trying to get out of the organization to save his son, and that's what we know right now. You know what I mean? We need a Geoffrey spin-off show.
That's all you want to admit. That's all it is. It's all you want to admit.
I'm waiting for the show. I'm waiting for the show to admit it because I heard last week someone said they were going to watch the show and bring the clip to me where they say they did, and I haven't heard it yet. So I'm just saying.
Say what?
You know what I mean? Huh?
Someone going to do what?
Send the clip to me saying that Geoffrey killed the dude that was bothering Will. Someone said they were going to send that clip to me, and I didn't get the clip yet.
You played that last week.
No. We played a little paragraph of some crap. We didn't get the clip, so I'm waiting for the clip. I seen Geoffrey, old man Geoffrey, and I screamed. Yeah, we're going to talk about that when we get to season 6. Episode 6, I'm sorry, because that was fine. So what up, Tony? Aubrey, I've been good, man. But he sat there with his son, and they acted and told his dad, fuck you, Bubba. That's life. Yeah, so we also find out, finally, that Geoffrey was following his son, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I liked about Geoffrey. See, that's why Geoffrey is Geoffrey. You know what I mean? Because Geoffrey would just pop up whenever he's the one that scopes out the situations, and then he sends people to the situation.
In the street race, he just pulled out of nowhere. Everyone's the police
Yeah,
all
he
over.
pulled up.
He just came up.
And that's why I think he already knew about the streetway. And I loved when Carlton, because he went to Will, right? And asked Will what happened. Will was like, nah, nothing, Uncle. See, everything's good, Geoffrey. You know what I mean? But then Carlton, who actually is trying to change, and that's why I think Carlton has one of the best arcs in the show so far. He was like, listen, I can't lie to you because if I do, it feels like I'm going back to my own ways. And he tried to tell him, and Geoffrey was like, don't worry about me and my son. The reason why is because Geoffrey already knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he just wanted to see if Will would tell him. You know what I mean? If Will would tell him what the deal was. That's why he questioned Will. But Geoffrey is way too smart. He already knows the situation.
He's like, I got Frederick. I got him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talk about you take a phone call every night at 12. You always turn the water on to hide this. It's like a routine. So Geoffrey gonna leak.
100%. So he told Geoffrey, he told his son, he's like, you need to take me there right now. And then when he take him, he finds out it's his mom.
Dude,
like,
that was Geoffrey. That's the scaredest he ever looked. He was like,
yeah, for real.
Damn.
Like, what are you doing here? You know
go.
what I mean? Now we need a cameo from OG Hilary, OG Carlton, and Jazzy Jeff. I think we will.
Right. He's helped writing and stuff. So,
yeah. I think we definitely will.
I don't care about seeing Jazzy Jeff, but the other ones I wouldn't mind seeing.
I want Alfonso.
Will it be serious or goofy? Because everybody on there has been serious so far.
Yeah, no, he'll probably be serious. He'll probably be serious. Come on,
there. He's a great actor. So
yeah,
I want to see that.
Absolutely, 100%. What else was it that happened in this episode?
I mean, we really talk about LaMarcus a little bit more because Hilary kissed Jazz, right? And then Ashley telling everyone this, hey, you got to tell him. And then he falls out and he's going through all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, I can't tell him now. I think that's right.
Mm-hmm. And listen, when that scene where they were like, oh, we're going to show everybody that you're okay, and she walked into that hospital. Oh, yeah. I don't care what you guys want to say. Oh, yeah. I was like, ooh, that little bodysuit is kind of banging right now. You know what I mean? So she went on there, and I think she's kind of on his side, but she's also enabling him to make people think that he's okay to go back and play football. You know what I mean? And that's where it's going to cause a big problem because when he does get better, he probably is going to run back to play football. The first thing he's going to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Carlton's girl going to have him overdose. I don't know if she's going to have him overdose. I don't think they're going to go back there with him. I think she's going to overdose. Yeah. I don't know if she dies, but she's going to die. Because everybody's going to freaking die.
Well, I think that you're going to have, you have to have stakes to actually matter. And then when Spencer kind of talked to what's his name? Carlton, whatever. He was talking to Carlton. He was telling him, like, I've seen her. She's been in here multiple times. She's regressed multiple times. She's distracting you. You have to let you run your own race away from her because she's going to be back here. You see someone who's habitually doing the same thing. I think that she has other issues. I think she has family issues, and she's doing all these things like to have this false high. And when that false high is not strong enough, she's gonna go for the real high. Especially when what's gonna happen is Carlton's gonna push her away. He's gonna keep on going under these highs and highs and highs, and he's already kind of foreshadowing that I'm not going to go all this way. He's gonna say no. He's gonna feel like she's being pushed away. She's gonna go back to the drugs. I feel like she overdoses. We find that out like in episode 9.
Aubrey Jones said she was lying about her sister.
I think so too.
Really?
She brought it up. She's come up with something. What can I do to save face right here?
So what do you think? You think she was doing drugs?
Yep.
You think she's already started to regress?
Yep. She was going to her own stomping grounds. I don't know if she did the drugs yet, but she's going to her old stomping grounds, kind of revisiting that, and then she's going to be about that life soon.
Posted Carlton girl. She have the face as a always worried, worrisome black woman. Just like the woman in Set It Off. Let's not talk about Set It Off. Set It Off was fire. I love that movie. Aubrey, I think she likes to play with Carlton's emotions to get the thrill. LaMarcus is going to get Trevor.
You know it. Will you marry?
It makes sense. I mean, it makes sense if they were to do that. I can definitely understand because, like I said, they seem to be going with certain beats from the show, right? And they brought in Jackie. It's Lisa. I don't think he ended up with Lisa at the end of the series, but
he left with her. So like, I think they were going to get married and then didn't get married, but like they're still together.
Were they? I don't remember.
At the end of this, I think they were still together.
He said, "I'm being real." She got that face. I got you. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with that. But I like the direction. Like I said, it has a lot of the beats from the show, right? Except the only thing is they never had the Phil and Vivian drama like they did in the series.
Don't you remember when they went to that karaoke bar? Philip, you must make a pass. You better bring my Aunt Viv back. They're out there singing, "You and there is love." Yeah, and he's trying to bring her back home. Like they literally had a whole episode about it.
I don't remember. I don't remember that episode at all. But not to the degree that this show is doing. You know what I mean?
It's a drama.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, you had that one episode, and then more or less they had their little arguments and fights, but it was like silly stuff in the show. You know what I mean? But they're actually doing something because we're gonna get into episode 6 now, and they're actually doing exactly what I was hoping they would do, and that's not drag out all of this drama and family stuff. Right? It seems like they're getting everything back together again now. So now we got to find a force that they got to fight. I think it's going to be the people after Geoffrey. You know what I mean? They're all going to band together to try and stop these people.
I think that money going to pay them off.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be enough.
I think it's like $5 million, a bag full.
I think that story is at the end. I could be wrong. I think that storyline's at the end.
What up, Brand?
Not too much. I'm so sorry I'm late.
No worries, brother. We were just actually getting into episode 6, but if you wanted to tell us what you thought about the first 2 episodes, 4 and 5, go right ahead.
Well, yeah, I figured I was coming in a little bit late. I actually just finished episode 6. Actually 4 through 6. I was a little more behind than I realized I was. But I'm still liking the kind of dynamics, will they, won't they, between a lot of characters and kind of the, especially the Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv drama, which is kind of running a little longer than I expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that they're kind of on the road to burying the hatchet, at least in episode 5, what it seemed like. And I really liked the way that it ended with Will reaching out to his mom. I liked how that kind of like the family. What's that?
That scene.
Yeah.
I like how it turned out. I didn't like him making his mom do that, but it turned out okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the fact that that Will realized that his aunt and his uncle are on the mend, and that kind of inspired him to kind of patch things up with his end of his broken family. So I kind of enjoyed that, and I like where they're going with Lou. I like that they seem to be things seem to be on the up and up, which is only a matter of time before it comes crashing down at some point, just because that's the show. But I like how they're doing a lot more with Lou than they did in the original Fresh Prince, because he was just such a fucking bastard on that show. But so I like where they're going in that regard. As for, to dial it back a little bit, back into episode 4, freaking John Diggle. Didn't expect that, right?
Neither did I.
No, I think it's only a matter of time before things go south in that regard, right? With Hilary's fiance.
Absolutely.
When someone shows up, it's like, you're all right, you're gonna get back in the game, you're gonna be on your feet in no time. That's pretty much that's pretty much a death warrant.
I told you. I told him he's gonna get Trevor. Hilary, will you marry me? That's it, and death. And that's going.
It makes sense if they do it, like you guys said. I never thought about it that way, but now that I think about, because I thought he was gonna die on the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they show, and when the minute they showed that football scene, I was like, something's gonna happen. So I thought he was gonna die on the scene and on the field. But then when he didn't die, I figured, okay, well, they're gonna use it for a drama or a way to get them. But then you guys brought up the Trevor stuff, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? They may actually go that way, because they're foreshadowing that his heart is bad and that his father is rushing him to get back on the field. So I think that's definitely going to be an issue.
Yeah, the football part, that was definitely a bait and switch.
Thoughts on Geoffrey and his son and the mother?
That part's still pretty fresh, but I kind of figured that Geoffrey was going to look more into what was going on. It's just inevitable. That's the kind of character he is. And I knew he wasn't going to like whatever he found. So I was good with that. I was, it's probably the least part of this season so far that I'm invested in. But I still enjoy it. I like how they kind of segued in his son and more of Geoffrey's past.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, because he's been very much he's been very much Agent 47 the entire series.
So these guys think that the storyline with Geoffrey and the drug guy is over because he paid them the money. Do you think that? Because I think there's still going to be more to that. I don't think that's going to be enough for this drug guy to be like, you know what? Nah, it's a good start.
It can't be. It can't be. It can't be.
I don't think so either. I don't think it's going to be the end of it. I think there's going to be a little bit more drama with that.
Also, that don't make any sense. If Geoffrey been out of their life for 15, 20 years, somebody done made it to the top. There is no way he's going to tell me that guy wants somebody to come in, that he's been the king dog or top dog for 15, 20 years and come in as the boss. Somebody ain't feeling that. I know
exactly.
They're going to make him as a hitman. They're just going to have him.
Yeah. They didn't want to make him the boss. They wanted him to come in and put in the work for it, right? And I think because Geoffrey is one of those...
Pick up where he left off, right? Killing people.
Well, doing what he had to do.
He said it, bro.
He got him. He got what he had to do. I don't know about killing people.
He's gonna be a one-man wrecking crew. Yeah. That's what's gonna happen.
But they wanted Geoffrey back, right? So I think, like, especially because to me, Geoffrey is a person with a certain set of skills, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Killing skills.
And his skill is about burying people, burying the bodies. You never know what you're never gonna find the bodies.
Right. So when you have someone that's good at their job like that, I don't think money is just gonna be enough. And even the old Carlton says, like, I don't know if this is gonna be enough, but we'll see. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So,
and he said, "Make it enough."
I think what's going to see, it's either one or two things. So either it'll be enough and we won't talk about this again, or we're gonna find the old Geoffrey, like his head, like mailed to the new Geoffrey. Like he killed Roman. They killed Roman and they sent him the head, and that was the answer.
And then that's gonna set Geoffrey off.
Then he's gonna go Denzel and go kill the whole thing and come back wiping his head.
For that to happen, they have to transition him going into England. They don't want to take the show away from Bel-Air. That'd be taking away some of the shine.
Or just leave him. No, you just have Geoffrey leave.
No. Geoffrey is too popular of a character to leave.
It's the end of the season, though. If seasons or episode 7 or 8, let's say episode 7, all of a sudden
leave on episode 8 and then come back.
Yep. So by 4 seasons, he'll be back.
Yeah. I don't want to see him do it off. I want to see him do it on camera.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you want to see Geoffrey doing stuff on camera, right? Yeah? Right. Because when he doesn't do it on camera, I have deniability, right? Deniability, and that's what I'm going to say.
Whatever Geoffrey do, I think he nice at it, buddy. And I don't think it's really nice.
And you don't get caught.
That scene with Geoffrey and old Geoffrey sitting at the table was damn amazing.
That was awesome.
I ain't understand nothing they say, but it sounded good.
I love that scene. Oh,
hey boy, I kataya boy.
Yeah, don't call me a little boy. That was
That's how you do a cameo.
Yes, 100%.
That's how you homage the past.
I agree with you 100%. Now they had old Geoffrey trying to put a Jamaican accent. It kind of sounded more like African mixed Haitian to me, kind of.
It sounded very Haitian. It sounded very Haitian.
Yeah. But Geoffrey, his Jamaican was on point. 100%. His patois was on point, and I had to rewind that part like 3 times.
Young Geoffrey?
Young Geoffrey.
Young Geoffrey, it was definitely Jamaican. Like you could hear it.
Yeah, 100%.
Jamaican in real life?
I don't know.
100%. I think he is 100%.
He must be with the patois. He must be.
I've never seen him before this show.
You know,
I don't know anything about him.
Joseph Marcel is actually from St. Lucia. So he's from the islands. He's from the islands.
Who is Joseph Marcel?
So the old Geoffrey is from the islands.
Yeah.
From St. Lucia.
I didn't recognize him at first. I was like, man, he aged. But then as you start talking, I can see that when I first saw him, I was like, that doesn't look like Geoffrey. But
it did a little bit, you know what I mean? Because
it was a fire scene. I think the best episode of the season.
I agree with you. I think that's why I said I think season 6, episode 6 was great because not only did we get that conversation, we actually got the Will, his father, and the mother conversation. Yeah. And I thought that was great because I think Marlon Wayans is killing it as Will's father.
Yeah.
People sleep on him as a serious actor.
Marlon Wayans he's 10 times better of a serious actor than he is as a comedic actor. He might love comedy, but he's a better serious actor.
Yeah, he's a better actor than comedian. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy Akabola is actually Nigerian.
Oh, is he?
He's Nigerian. Yeah. So the other one is closer to being Jamaican than Jimmy.
Yeah. So my thing with this, okay, and I want to know if you guys agree with me, because in the first 2 seasons, Will's mom was like, "Oh, he's a piece of crap, don't do what your father this and that." But then when we actually get to the details of it, he wasn't really a piece of crap. So I don't understand why she was acting so hard against him.
You know why? Because if you notice, they'll go one direction in one season. Then the next season, they're like, oh, that didn't work. They'll change it up some because to me, it was all pointing that Vivian was going to sleep with Michael Ealy. It was all pointing to that. And then the second season, he fell off the face of the earth. So I think they're changing midstream from season to season. I don't know whether they rewrite some stuff or say, well, maybe this might work better. But I've seen that a lot because Phil, he was hard pressed not to have old boy in real life, and now he was defending old boy.
Yeah.
Like, where did it come from?
And that's what I'm saying, right? Because when you go back in season 2 and they bring up Lou and the father, it's like, no, he's a bad guy. They don't want to have nothing to do with him. But then all of a sudden, when you find out the story and you really penetrate the story and think about it, you're like, no, he was doing what he had to do to help his family. And he went to jail, not to mention the fact that the mom was like, I didn't tell him to go out there and rob anybody, but I told him to do what he had to do to get the heat back on. You know what I mean? So I'm like, if that's the case, then where is all this hatred from season 2 coming from? So
I thought he was like a woman beater or something, or didn't care about
Yeah, like
yeah, go ahead.
like something very bad.
That's what I thought. So I thought like, okay, you know, I guess they're trying to, like Danny said, rewrite some things and probably redeem the character a little bit, you know, to give him and Will an actual, because we all have the stories, right? We all talk about the shows where, you know, the father's not in the life, there's a piece of crap and everything. Maybe they heard that and said, you know what, we're going to kind of switch it up a little bit.
And do it positive, because now Geoffrey and his son reuniting, like their family getting back together. Hilary and LaMarcus, like they're gonna try and get together because like she was gonna cheat with Jazz, like that's not gonna happen. Then Vivian and Vivian and Phil get back together, and now we see Will family right here. So this last episode, we saw 4 different fractions, all kind of kissing made up, and I think even him and Carlton kind of got back together.
Yeah.
So,
Which raises the question: at what point does it all go sideways?
Immediately.
It's gonna go sideways with Ashley. Ashley is that ticking time bomb.
You know what? I kind of agree with you, because you could see some points where she's talking to her mom. She's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like when the mom came in the room. And so I think Ashley is going to say something. But I love that Ashley and Carlton did that little thing for them when they came back from their dinner, and they had the little screen up there and they showed their life and stuff.
The pictures and everything.
You know? Yeah.
Me too.
Your thoughts, Brian? You were a little quiet. Go ahead.
First off, I love that movie. From Marlon Wayans.
The Six Man.
Yeah.
Six Man.
Yeah.
Six Man is awesome.
Kadeem Hardison.
Hardison.
One of the first movies I saw in the theater that legitimately upset me.
AK all the way. Yeah, man. Kenny, no, let it go.
Yeah,
it's the shot. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I like better than that. It's gonna sound crazy, but man, Joanna Man, I was a big fan of Joanna Man, boy. That sucker put on that wig and dump.
Yeah, I know. I'm right there with you, like the Joanna Man.
But
hold on.
No, not like that. I was saying the comedic part of it. When he turned around and that wig fell off, man, I was dying in the theater. I was like, yeah, you in trouble, boy.
But we talked about it last night. He don't like Blank Man and Meteor.
Yeah, he don't like Blank Man or Meteor Man or none of that stuff. I'm like, dude, but you put Joanna Man, that's my ish.
Bro. Meteor Man flying like 2 feet off the ground. That's the silliest.
He was scared of heights. It was funny.
Yeah. They do a dance off all in the gold or whatever.
Yeah, and the Vogue part. The Vogue part. That was hilarious, man. You know what I mean? Paul said, "What the F?" Yeah, I know, Paul.
And Luther Vandross trying to be hard. No.
Yeah, not one line of dialogue in the entire movie.
That's so good, though, man.
Facts. Yeah, Don Cheadle, Big Daddy Kane.
Said this fool got a washing machine.
J5.
J5, yeah.
Man,
the only thing he destroyed a bomb.
They destroyed a bomb. That movie was Greer.
David Allen Greer.
David Allen Greer. He was funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was a straight to go with the comedy.
100%. So Brian, go ahead. Your thoughts on what we discussed a bit.
So as far as the whole idea with Lou, first I preface this by saying, okay, so my wife never met her biological father. She has a father in her life, like he's been there for everything, but she's never met her biological father, and her mother would never tell her who he was. So that's, I'm put that in the frame for everybody. But I thought that this was very powerful. That first she finally lets him have that relationship with his father, because a man doesn't know how to be a man without having, seeing the man who made him. They're having that relationship. I think that's such a huge thing. So I thought that they did that the right way. I also don't think they changed as much as we were saying he did, because she didn't like him because they have other issues. Because Will's mom was in the streets too. So this was after he already dropped out of high school and all that stuff. Will's mom was already in the streets. She got her life right when Will's was born, but they've had problems all that time before he got born. So I think that he could have been abusive. He could have been manhandling her and all those things during that time. So I don't think it really changed the story at all. It just focused more on Will. So we're letting you know who you are and what we are about this happiness and we saw in the photo. So I think that it still holds true 100%. I don't think it was any difference from what the story that they had before. I just thought they did a great job, and I think that was a very powerful scene, and them talking to each other and open about what really happened and admitting both their faults and being open with Will, so Will could understand that, because I have a bad issue with your father doesn't mean you have to have the issue. I put my issues on you, but that had nothing to do with you, and that's the whole point of the story. It's between them, that story with Will when he was around. That's the only thing that went wrong. They had a relationship prior to that can have all this negativity that caused the negativity between them. So like it didn't have to be either or. I think that's we're mistaking in that way.
It kind of makes sense. I would have to go back and see if they act, because I don't remember. I know they had the argument about Lou, but I don't remember if she actually explained what the issue was. I don't think was abusive, but
I
maybe
thought
it
that
just wasn't.
Phil said he had to come a couple of times and put his hands on Lou. Like
I
Phil
remember
knows
hearing
what's
something
going
like that.
on.
Yeah.
So he knows Lou, and they were there. He had to put his hands on Lou a couple of times and say, "Look, hey, you ain't gonna do this." Well, obviously that had to be before Carlton. That had to be before Will, because Carlton and Will are the same age.
Yeah.
So that they have a past with each other that was toxic, and then they brought a baby into it. Now, in this baby point, that did go wrong. That went wrong when they talked about the whole story. But before then, I feel that there was a toxic relationship before then, which is two different things.
No, I get what you're saying. And then having a baby can actually make that even worse, right? If you're in a toxic relationship and stuff like that. I get it. But like I said, I got to go back and see, because I'm kind of like, it makes sense. At the same time, it does. But yeah, she was probably like, because your father's in jail and he's this and that, I don't want you to have a relationship with him. But they had that conversation and they got everything out there, and it was really good. And the fact that Lou was like, basketball was my thing, but I'm really proud of you and I want to see you get your dreams. I love it. Brandman, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just kind of tying back to what we were saying about Will's mom. I think a lot of that, rather than, on one hand, I do agree with Danny that it could be kind of them retconning things from the previous season, but if there's one thing that I like about this show, it's very much a character study on complicated people. So I'm kind of inclined to think that, some of that were lies from Will's mom in the name of protecting him, or trying to protect him. Should something like this happen one day, or when it did inevitably happen one day, Will would kind of have his guard up and hopefully steer clear of Lou. But it didn't quite go along to plan due to Will's actions. Him reaching out to her, getting her out to Bel-Air, setting this whole meeting up. So I'm kind of inclined to say she was pretty much forced to finally come clean. So which that's one thing that I like about this show. It's very complicated and layered people. So I'm kind of inclined to think she was lying in order to protect her, or what she thought was protecting her son.
I agree. And I also think that, after hearing Lou and actually listening, right? Because sometimes when you're mad, you can hear what they're saying, but you ain't listening. But she was actually listening to Lou in that conversation, you know what I mean? And you could see, like, she was tearing up as well, because she was like, you know what? Yeah, I kind of had a lot to do with the reason why you did what you
just
did.
dawned on her that she's part of this problem.
Mm-hmm,
she never realized that. Oh yeah, I did do that. Oh yeah, this exactly what did happen. Oh yeah, you know, when you think about past, a lot of times you always think that your hands are clean.
Facts.
And you know, you always say, oh, it was always the other person. It was always that person, and then you realize, no, it was part me too. I did this.
Yeah. Everyone's the hero of their own story, basically.
100%. You know what I mean?
And there's always a definite villain. You're the villain. You're the one that did it.
You're the villain. Yeah, not me.
Yes. I did nothing wrong. It's always your fault. Yes, I've experienced that 100%. You know what I mean? So, and I agree with you. So I like the fact that they were able to rectify that. We also had the conversation with Phil and Viv at the table, and I really liked that conversation because you could see at a certain point Phil was still trying to, like, you know what I mean, play it off until Viv said, I thought he was handsome. Then Phil was like, oh, okay, so this is what we're doing. And then Phil said he liked the fact that, you know, he liked being pursued and that she liked him. And he said something that most men in long-term relationships will say. It's like, we ain't had sex in how long? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you even want me? You know? And that was great. Go ahead.
No, I mean that's tough. It's tough to talk about because those are things that you as a man you don't feel strong enough to say because you feel like you're being the problem. You're saying, oh, I need to be so physical, but it comes out sometimes that you have to say these things because if you feel this and it's just something that you're holding inside, you're going to have resentment. So if you don't say it, you know, how do you ever know? But it's hard to say it without seeming like the bad guy.
Yeah, Phil ain't wanting on that smoke neither because old boy look like doggone He-Man, bro.
It don't matter. Right? You talking about a real dude who don't get his hands dirty. All Phil would have said was like, hey, Geoffrey.
Yeah, exactly. You guys.
My lightweight.
Exactly.
Geoffrey came out, know what? And then you would turn the camera and you heard a gunshot go off, pow. And then Anzo came on here and like, we didn't see a body, so I don't think he actually killed him.
No, hold on.
I didn't see a body.
Because Danny is living proof that just the Jamaican accent can scare a brother off of Call of Duty, right, Danny?
That's correct. That's correct.
Exactly.
I ain't scared to say it. I played Call of Duty one night, and I'm a camper. I don't play that regular. I stay in one spot. As you come by, pow, 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 pow. That's how I get my point. I'm playing with a whole room of Jamaicans, and we lost. They're like, Devil Dog King, you suck. Get off. And before they could say I suck, before the syllables clear their mouth, I was like, next party room.
That's what I'm saying. So all Geoffrey has to do is go check somebody with that Jamaican accent.
That brother like he was built to go.
Geoffrey don't look like he says many words at all. Geoffrey gonna knock him down one time, go take the safety off the gun, and it's done. Chitty bang bang. But once again, it'll be off screen, so we won't see the body. So Anzo will come on here and say he didn't kill that body. That body don't count. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And we say it all the time. Until we see a dead body, there's not a dead body. You know what I mean?
Well, Geoffrey, you're never gonna find the body. There will be no evidence.
And there is no body. Exactly. Jazz seems to be kind of like he's gonna have a relationship with that the woman that was doing the protest against
I think they're classmates.
I think they grew up together.
Yeah,
they did, but it seemed like there was something going on in that last room where they were talking and they were drinking. You know what I mean? Like there was some.
They're kind of emphasizing that subplot a little too much for something not to happen eventually.
Jazz has had a different girl every scene.
Because he's bringing Hilary clothes. I mean, flowers. The little girl came on the elevator.
You always said in the car. Didn't I tell you to get back in the car? What's wrong with you?
But you see, I think but I think that's gonna be something that's gonna, because what, like, we have so right now she's with LaMarcus. We said LaMarcus probably gonna die. Jeffrey's probably gonna end up with that girl where it's gonna be like something serious, and Hilary is gonna want to get Jeffrey back and try and cause some issues there. You know what I mean?
Jazz
Yeah.
back, get Jazz back. Yeah.
Yeah, get Jazz back. So I think they're trying to show, like, okay, you
They do a
know,
lot of flip flopping because after she was
yeah.
on Jazz, now as soon as Hilary asked her, "You gonna be my bridesmaid?" Oh, really? So
That's real life. That's real life. Women like, oh, really? Forget all the stuff I was talking about integrity and all the other stuff. I get to wear a dress.
Yeah, I like Jazz. I like Jazz. Those root for him. The time she said maid of honor. Oh, really? Okay. Shut up.
So I think they're gonna do a lot of that. But we still got 4 episodes left. We know there's gonna be some sort of drama still. You know what I mean? Like, something else is gonna happen.
Well, we already saw that.
Oh, no question about it.
I'm almost about to die. I don't know if he drowned, OD, or something. So something gonna set Carlton off. I don't know.
I think she dies. I think his girlfriend dies, and that sets him off.
Wasn't it something that happened to Carlton in the trailer though? Because he looks like he's lying down. Yeah, Carlton's lying down, and he's like, "Will," or Will's like, "Carlton," you know. So yeah, something's definitely gonna happen. I just
imagine if she dies, and he blames himself because he didn't go on with her, and then now he's going to try to kill himself because he's in love.
I hope they kill her off. I don't like her.
Wow. You know what? I do like her. I just think, you know, she's a troubled soul. But I think what I do like is that, you know, Carlton is, regardless, madly in love with this girl, right? And she seems to be madly in love with him.
No, it ain't, because I thought for a minute they're going to put that counselor and Carlton together, because he was acting mighty kind of like, are we going this route?
I actually thought they were going to do something like that too, but now I'm after watching the episode.
I don't think they are now, but when it's on that park bench, I'm like, this cat gonna kiss Carlton.
Oh, you meant that? Oh no, I never felt that way.
I did.
Yeah, I was.
Really? Yeah, I kind of had a feeling. Yeah, no, you didn't feel it either.
He said he did. I did.
Okay. For me, because there was one part where he gives Carlton this look, like when the girl first meets up with him and he's getting in his car, he gives this look. But now I know it's because he understands her, right? He knows that he knows that she may end up being a problem, and Carlton, if he's trying to fix his life, should not be involved in that.
She's been there so many times.
Yeah.
So like they've seen her, and we know a repeat offender. So I know Spencer's looking at her like, she's the wrong one for you, but I can't tell you what to do. You know, but if you do it wrong, if you're going to be doing this stuff, this is going to happen to you.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to be just like her. So I can't tell you not to do it, but if you do it, be ready.
Yeah. One thing, like I said, I hope we got the family drama behind, and there's something else that the family has to come together to do, because I'm tired of, like you said, it's going to get very repetitive if every time there's a family battle, like, oh, I can't stand you, blah, blah, this and that, you know, another season where Vivian's flirting with another guy and we have all that, it's just going to get way too repetitive. I think that was one of the biggest problems with Empire, is that they just kept repeating the same things over and over again. So I don't want them to do that. So if we want to give them that good family that it's supposed to be, now they need to come together and fight outside forces. You know what I mean? I think that would be a way to take the show. What are your thoughts?
I hope so. But I think that they're going to not do that until they have to have a real villain. And I think the next episode, maybe they'll have like a good, happy ending, but they won't have a real villain to next season where they're going to be like doing something and someone's trying to take down their family. That's when they'll come together. Until then, I think they're still dealing with a lot of individual parts.
I think they're going to have villain on two fronts. I think that girl, that Vivian, hired, something off of her. I don't know what it is, but I think something going to be problematic for her. The painter girl. I think that's going to be a problem. Then I think
a real stalker. She's actually a stalker. That's
I think that you saw she hugged her and Vivian was like, oh, kind of startled. Then I think that guy doing that development, I think he might be a little bit crookedy, or not as straight up as he appears to be. And then Philip going to get in the bed with the cat and really ain't, because I don't think they really did their due diligence on that guy.
I don't
Geoffrey
think
brought
this
it
is
up.
gonna happen. I think that Phil's gonna give Jazz the money, and then
yeah,
he's gonna fire. Then he's gonna fire him because Phil got in the way of his business deal.
That might happen.
I think
he definitely going, or either he's going to come up some kind of way to incorporate Jazz store in this new development. He's going to do something.
Yeah, I think he's just straight up giving the money, and then Dule is going to be like, "You did what? You're fired." You know, like, I can't trust you. Can't be my legal representation. And then he goes and does something different because he has to. I'm going to go be a judge, and that's what's going to be the next season. I'm going to go do something different. I'm going to leave my law firm and go become a judge.
Yeah, but that would be why go through all that to save his law firm to let last a year and then let it go back into the toilet, because they're not going to be able to thrive without old girl's business. And then if they get rid of the only business, that the only thing that could substantiate and fill that void, that don't make sense.
I think he gets fired. It's not like he's trying to do it, but he got fired. He was trying to play both ends.
Yeah, but I'm saying the writers, why are you going to write, you save it in this season, the next season you flush it down the toilet?
It's a plot device, because he knew we need to get to being a judge.
I think the villain is going to be the chick from the law firm. I think she is going to cause a lot of problems for Phil going forward, right? A woman scorned is a woman scorned, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think she's going to be the one that's probably going to cause him a lot of problems.
That could be possible.
Yeah.
Because she probably going to get some heat, because she probably put her neck on the line with her partner to get him in there, and then he reneged on the deal. So now they're going after her.
100%.
I can see that.
So that's possible.
Jazz is going to get mad at Uncle Phil when his daughter loves him. That's an issue. I don't know. Do you guys think that they're going to go back to the Jazz and Hilary love story?
No.
Maybe not now.
End up together?
Now they're going to be shit passing them. Like, one's going to reach out for one, and the other's going to reach out for it. Like, it's going to be always this timing.
They're going to be on the same page. That might work.
Because they never really actually ended up together on the show, right? I know there was one episode where they actually went on a date and they were falling for each other, but I don't think it lasted too long. Where they did.
I don't think it did either.
Right. So I think that's where it comes into this show. But I think towards the end, they're probably just going to go their separate ways. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So. I don't think Will and Lisa gonna make it.
Oh, definitely not.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah.
I'm pushing for them to, but I don't remember them making it in the show either. Right? Towards
it's too much backup. There's too much baggage.
I guarantee you, that coach is gonna be pushing her. She probably gonna be trying to look at the Olympics or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's gonna take too much time, and then Will Black Excess might take off. They're gonna be like going separate ways.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
they might even introduce another love interest to Will. I
think they do.
Oh, they definitely will.
Right, because I don't think he ends up with Jackie either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Jackie. I think Jackie's gonna play out kind of like her uncle. He done played out.
Yeah. So Jackie was.
That's right. What we talking about? Will and Jackie. Will and Lisa got married. They eloped to Vegas.
In the show?
Yeah, but didn't they get it annulled?
I don't think they got annulled, but they wanted to come back and they wanted to have a family thing, and then that's when they say, "Hey, we're moving."
I don't even remember how the show ended.
For him just being left alone, because when they went back to the East Coast, so they left the house, and and he was finishing school. He's going to finish school there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
I do, but I don't remember him being with Lisa. Let me see if I can find something.
That's good. We got to look it up. I don't
remember how. I don't know. Because Carlton didn't make it to Princeton on the show.
Yes.
Because on this show, he
travels back to the East Coast too, so that's why they all decided to go East Coast.
Interesting. I'm trying to see if I can find the final episode here.
Well, hold that thought. I'm gonna get something to drink.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, I remember episode 5 with them going to Vegas, and remember that they were going to get married by the guy with Shaft. But I don't remember them actually having the wedding afterwards. But I do remember, I think they had a small ceremony in season 5. I believe they got married season 5, a small ceremony. In the original one.
Geoffrey, can you help me with my bag? Just kidding.
It would be my pleasure. Goodbye, Master William.
Hey, what's that, G?
Goodbye, Will.
Bye-bye, G. So, when is Jazz coming by to help you move?
He's coming as soon as you leave.
Good idea. But when he comes by, wish him all the best for me.
I will. Sundays.
Like, you would think like Lisa would be it. I don't remember Lisa being in this final season though.
But no, but Tony's right. He said,
Hey, who turned out the lights?
during that wedding scene, they decided to hold off. They think they were rushing it, and then Will's mom and Lisa's father get married, and then they make them so now him and Lisa are step siblings, which is very weird. Yeah, I remember that episode.
Interesting.
I don't.
I'd have to go back. Yeah, I don't remember it either. Tony said he faked marriage so he could sleep with her.
That was a long. That was season 2. That was season 2.
Yeah.
I remember that one when Pam Grier was trying to get with Will.
Yeah, that's correct. So I think we still got a lot of stuff to go for in these final episodes. What do you guys think? How do you think the season is going to go for the final 4?
I don't know, but I hope they don't cut it off. I hope I can see if they keep the writing fresh and keep like it is. I can see this doing 6 or 7 seasons. Or might get redundant, but right now it's not redundant. Well, there's some redundancy, but for the most part, I think this is the best season out of the 3.
So far,
I like it a lot too. Probably my favorite so far.
Yeah.
I think so. As a whole series, we'll get 5 seasons just to mirror the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I think that you get the 5 seasons just like that.
I'm thinking no more than 5. I think that's going to be the cutoff.
No, I think 5 is like the least. The most they could the most they could do is 5. That's it.
I don't understand why people instantly say that this show is not good and haven't watched it. And they hang their hats on the old Fresh Prince. The old Fresh Prince was good. Got no problems with it. It was a part of Black Americana, if there's even such thing. But this right here, man, is just, to me, I maybe I'm on this island by myself, but I like it better than the original.
Yeah, you on your island by yourself.
No, that's something. That's what I appreciate about this show. You know, instantly, I think a lot of the like Fresh Prince or nostalgia purists were just instantly out to spit venom all over it, just because that's the obligatory thing to do. But the thing that I like about this show is also the smartest decision that they decided to make was that it doesn't even try to be the original. It just takes the basic idea of the original, the basic framework, and just kind of decided to be its own animal. It does its own thing. Yeah, the dramatic route was the best thing they could have done for it. Was just take a completely different tone.
If you'd have told me this, as soon as I'm sorry, Brent, as soon as the original ended, I'd be like, it ain't gonna work. But it's working on all cylinders of me, bro.
Yeah,
I agree with Brent.
And I love the fact because Will Smith is involved in this show, right? And that's why I think it has that authenticity. You know what I mean? Where it's like Will Smith is not going to do anything to diminish what he did in his show.
Exactly.
And he's also going to do like a little bit more to make people understand that this is a different take on it, but it's just as good as the original.
I think if they were on a big, a more predominant network like NBC, CBS, ABC, I think people would see more. But everybody don't have Peacock. So the first time, I'm saying like, but you got to pay for it.
Yeah, but I mean, you can get the free one, but I mean, literally, there's no more network TV like that. You don't get those shows anymore. So
yeah, but when I try to tell people about this show, first thing they say, what streaming service is it on? Peacock. Oh, I don't have that. So a lot of people don't have it. They're not going to pay for it, and they missed out on seeing it. Versus when it was on like one of the primetime channels, like CBS, ABC, NBC, TNT, that kind of stuff. They had it. I think it had a broader audience because people don't have to pay for it. But when I talk about this at work, the first thing they say, "What's that on?" I don't have Peacock. So if you don't have Peacock, you're not seeing this.
I actually wish it was on a major network as well too. You know what I mean? I wish they would have put on like an NBC or something like that. Then you can really judge if people are liking it or not. You know what I mean? Like people.
What sitcom do you guys know is on a major network
now? I would have, because I don't really watch TV that much
because
anymore.
they don't have them on major networks anymore. It doesn't exist. So we're asking for something that doesn't exist anymore. I mean, even I love Evil. Evil's now on Paramount. You have to go on Paramount to watch it. Star Trek. You have to go on Paramount to watch it. Like you have to go to these streaming services now to watch these things. It's
because I'm not saying they're good, but I watch Equalizer on regular show. I watch on regular TV. I watch The Rookie on regular TV. I watch Chicago 911. I watch a lot of those cop shows on.
But those are not the same as sitcoms anymore. You're not going to get any type of sitcom on there anymore. They just don't do those network TV. Network TV is just it's a dying breed. It's just what it is right now because you can't make the money off of it. So it doesn't make any sense because people not all families have cable anymore. So cable companies even pay less money. So it is what it is now. It's a dying art. But Peacock's just it's a hard streaming service to kind of rally behind because if it's only 2 shows that you want to watch on Peacock, why the hell are you gonna pay it for monthly? Like it's hard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And again, like I said, even if right, like I agree with you, you could talk about sitcoms because I know even like Mike Epps has one. It's on Netflix, comes on Netflix. So sitcom, but this isn't a sitcom though, right? So this is a drama.
Thing.
So
even Prime, you're not gonna get any of that stuff that's new. Because they don't have writers that work for these networks the same way. It just that's not what they're doing anymore. But they do have going on other Paramount. Like I literally watch shows on Paramount that you should be on ABC, but just don't have those lineups anymore that we used to grow up with Friday night lineups, Saturday night lineups, or anything like that. Or these shows we want to have it, but just no more of it. It doesn't exist anymore.
Tony makes a good point, though. If the show was on network TV, be a half an hour with no cursing.
It'd be 20 minutes.
Yeah, you kind of right. You kind of right. They wouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff that they're doing if it was on network TV, right? The cursing that wouldn't fly.
Mad TV once had a skit about that. What if The Sopranos ran on syndicated cable?
Yeah. it would be a little bit more raunchier. You know what I mean? You get more.
Probably be like 2 minutes long.
Yeah,
Network
you didn't say
TV.
nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I agree with that.
Here's the biggest difference I have for Bel-Air, no matter what, is James Avery is by far, besides Bill Cosby, I know he's been canceled and he went to jail, all the other stuff. But besides Bill Cosby, he is the quintessential like best TV dad out there. Like, and without that, James Avery was such a presence in himself. Like they could change Aunt Viv's, but they couldn't lose James Avery. Him by itself is the difference. I don't think I could ever say I like one show more than what James Avery did, because he grew up. People grew up with him. People understood, learned life lessons from James Avery, from that strong father figure. Like it's different. You know, like you can't compare this drama. This Uncle Phil can't compare. James Avery changed a lot of stuff, a lot of people's lives. Changed Will Smith's life. Like, and he talks about it all the time. He made me into an actor. Like he made me want to be. He's so good. He made me want to be better. Like that's what we got with him. I can't compare that to this show. I like this show a lot. I like watching, but there's some times where it's cringy because it's hard for me to watch because it's so much drama, and you know, and they're sometimes they're making the drama up. But I always could watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because James Avery just made it that way. Uncle Phil made it seem real, like made it feel really good. Like I don't think there's any TV father besides, I said, Bill Cosby that did that.
What about Winslow?
Carl Winslow? Really?
Yeah,
That's what we're doing?
Carl Winslow was good. I like Carl Winslow. It was silly, but I like Carl Winslow. But no, I get what you're saying.
I like Carl Winslow.
Yeah, me too. But
he's not my TV dad because I can say a lot about him. I'm not going to talk about him as the man.
Okay, yeah, I know you're going on that one. I'm going to bring up this thing because we're talking about Avery. I think this is one of the best scenes that.
Dad, who is in charge here?
I am.
Let those kids out.
These kids are car thieves.
And you have made a big mistake. Now, I don't know how you got that bogus confession out of them, but those two boys haven't stolen a thing from anyone. This has got to be the biggest amateur operation I have seen since Mayberry RFD.
Did you ask your wife to calm down?
Calm yourself, Barney Fife.
Now, officers, I'm sure we can clear this whole matter up quite easily.
Could you please sit down? We're busy now.
Oh, honey, we're about to get very busy.
Sit down.
Hey, you don't talk to my wife like that.
Now, wait a minute, buddy. Who the hell do you think you're talking to?
Who the hell do you think you're talking to?
What's going on here? Can I help you, sir? I'm Henry Firth. Good news, Mr. Firth. Your car is safe and sound, and we've got the perpetrators.
Those aren't the perpetrators. Those are my partner's son and nephew.
Partner?
Legal partner. I've got a few questions for you. When you got this alleged confession from these two young men, did they have a lawyer present? No, because I'm their lawyer. Did you notify their parents? No, because we're their parents. So, officer, don't tell us to wait, and don't tell us to sit down. Just open that damn cell and let those two boys out of there. I'm going to tie this place up with so much litigation that your grandchildren are going to need lawyers.
This is powerful, man. Come on, James Avery is the ish, man. Don't bring up the Lou episode. Don't bring up the Lou episode. Come on, man. I mean,
oh yeah,
man. Uncle Phil.
No, I agree with you. I think
just Uncle Phil will smoke Uncle Phil. Geoffrey.
Ooh.
James Avery will kill everybody. James Avery is 6'6", 350 pounds. He'll just choke slam people.
So James Avery gonna kill Geoffrey? Our Geoffrey? New Geoffrey?
James Avery would kill him with his broad hand. He would rip his head off and then just like drink his blood. Like
I'll let you stay on that island by yourself now, because you definitely hallucinating.
There's nothing about James Avery. James Avery you're not going to hurt him. You're not going to. Do you know how big? You realize Will Smith is 6'2"?
Yes.
Standing next to James Avery, look how small he looked.
Bro. Just because you
this dude playing Geoffrey is 5'6".
Somebody that is much more.
He might turn around and accidentally fall on him and kill him, like on accident. And then he's going to sue him for infringement.
Hey, here's a Twinkie. Here's a Twinkie.
You don't like Twinkies.
So wait, Donnie, you like this Phil better than that Phil?
No, I'm saying physicality. I like both Phils. I was talking about.
I got you.
Man, I saw there was one scene. I told Anzo, man, feel like he swallowing people. Look like He-Man out there. Man, him and Geoffrey. And you see Geoffrey boxing and all that kind of stuff. Phil ain't knowing about no boxing. Only boxing you know about is boxing some donuts.
James Avery was a big man. You talking about him as
about his size, bro. I'm talking about
and strong. James Avery is like one of the greatest actors. Come on, man. You guys.
I ain't saying nothing about his acting.
Craziness.
I ain't saying nothing about his acting. I'm talking about ass whipping. That's what I'm talking about.
He would whoop some ass.
You know, Will was doing just fine until you showed up. But now that you're back, you have responsibilities to him.
Look, we're still going to take the trip.
Oh, bull. Bull. Will is not a coat that you hang in the closet, then pick it up when you're ready to wear it. His life goes on. He's not supposed to be here for you. You're supposed to be here for him.
You get off my back. You think I want this? It just happened. Now, when Will was a baby, I was scared.
Cut the crap, all right? Cut it. Because I've been there. But I didn't run out on my family. I was there every day for them because that's what a man does.
Fine, Philip. You win. You the man. You a better man than me. You happy? Now, you gonna tell Will or not?
I'm not gonna do your dirty work for you.
Fine. I'll call him from the road.
Yeah, then why don't you do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Ooh.
Fucker.
Yeah, I know.
To hell with him.
And that suit, the other scene too was like when he was in a bed and he get the gun from Carlton. That was a tough one too.
Yeah, the show had some really powerful scenes.
It did.
Had its dramatic part of it. That's why you can use those things because it had dramatic parts. You know, James Avery was a naval officer. He was in the Vietnam War. James Avery killed people. It's just like for real. So like y'all talking about some crazy stuff.
Okay.
Well said. Y'all let these non-black people dance and Marvel Disney make money. When I asked for the most signature dance move of all time, and niggas quiet. You wanted.
He wants the Carlton dance.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can show the Carlton dance. That's no problem.
What non-black people you talking about?
I guess us.
I guess that's what it has to be. Huh?
Wow.
You want the Carlton dance, Paul? This is just for you, all right?
Wow.
It's not unusual to be loved. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But when I see you hanging about with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry. I wanna die. It's not unusual to go out at any time. But when I see you out and about, it's such a crime. If you should have no part you loved by anyone, it's not unusual. It happens every.
I wonder why all the songs in the world they picked that song.
I'm not sure either, but I'm here for it.
There was no words said in that entire scene. No. How crazy think this is better than this? How crazy.
When I lived in LA, what year that was? 1992. I went to Prince Club called Glam Slam, and Carlton was there. And man, that sucker, he destroyed the dance floor.
I believe him. He's Michael. It was Michael. Come on, you saw what he did.
He was cold that night. It was all them stars in there. Jada Pinkett Smith. I saw Lawrence Taylor, Deion Sanders. Man, it was all kind of stars in that.
Didn't he win Dances with the Stars?
Yep.
Of course, he's the only real dancer.
He's the host now.
Yeah.
No, sometimes they cheat, man, because Maya was on there one
Was
year.
Rob. Maya was Rob.
Maya was
Rob.
The best.
Yeah, Maya was Rob.
A lot of times they have people that Rob.
I don't need her to dance. I just need her to stand there.
I don't either, but man, she had on some
good
dresses and stuff. And then one year, Mario Lopez, that cat can dance too, and he lost to some other scrub. So sometime that show, I stopped watching after about season 6 or 7 because people that were better dancers getting voted off. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Would the Carlton dance work on Bel-Air?
No.
It might. No, I think it might if they did like, you know what I mean, had a little party and they were acting silly and he just busted the dance to be silly. You know what I mean? I think it might work. But I don't think like if that's how you're gonna say Carlton dances.
I just don't know if you can do it though.
But if you do it for a joke kind of way, like show homage, I think they could find a way.
But isn't like Carlton, Lisa, Hilary, it's like four or five of them like rappers and artists in real life?
They're all singers, yeah. They're all singers,
Yes. Carlton's a singer.
But
Will
he's like,
is a rapper.
what type of music does Carlton? It's
the Afrobeat, ain't it? It's like
is it Afrobeat or Jamaican? I can't remember which one it is, but it's good.
Yeah. Simone's the singer. Simone is Lisa. She's a singer. And the song she has is pretty fire too. I liked it.
The video is pretty good too.
Ain't no girl singer too, the one you don't like? Ain't she a singer?
I think she's a singer too. Yeah, I think she's a singer too.
Yeah, now Coco, she had some fire songs this past summer.
Yeah, Coco's on fire right now.
Yeah.
Carlton from. Let's give our grades for this episode. Danny, what are the 3 episodes?
Oh, A+, bro. This show ain't faltering at all, bro. It's firing on all cylinders. I don't watch the night of, but like when I come back from work Thursday night, I'm usually watching it.
I agree. Me too, 100%. See, it's showing me everything from here. Brian, what are your grades?
I think episode 4 was like an A-. Episode 5 was like an A-, and episode 6 was an A+. Episode 6 was special. Like it's one of those things that stand out. Like you really got to talk about.
This show should be nominated for something. I don't know what, but it should be nominated for an Emmy.
Yeah, it's
something.
It's just more real.
So under the radar. Yeah.
I feel like it's if you growing up, you know, in black families and the trauma you've had, they discussed all the different types of trauma you could have, and I think that's why I give a lot of respect to. And you know, this stuff is real. The problem is how long can you keep it going?
And they're not forcing that lifestyle down your throat. It's doing it. It makes sense in the flow of the show. A lot of these other shows, they try to shove it, but it does. I don't feel like they're trying to push it down our throat. They're very careful with how they sprinkle it on there. So,
and you see, here's the thing with the show, right? I think even if they do sprinkle it on there, it's like they care more about the story of the show and just to add that in there, right? And I always say that as long as you care about the story first, you can add any political agenda or whatever you want, as long as the story is good. You know what I mean? And I think they're doing that there too.
Yeah.
Brandon, what do you
yesterday too?
Your mic sounds a little off, Fonzo.
Oh, okay.
I'd probably give it episode 4, definitely solid A. Same for episode 5. I could A+ the 6th episode for sure. I think I really like where they went with the characters, and another thing that I really like the show is the balance, how it handles all the character arcs pretty wonderfully, to where you don't really lose any investment in it really maintains your interest and investment in what's going on with each of the characters.
Yep.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree.
The editing is good. I don't see any kind of crazy editing. The story arcs are interesting. The transition is good.
I think that they have to. Ashley's the one they have to kind of leave to the back burner. So it's saying everyone's character arc is good. I just don't agree. I don't think everyone's character arc is that good. But I feel like they're going to. They've recognized it. I think they can self scout. They've seen that Ashley has been left to the wayside, and she's going to be more important, especially at the end of this season. I feel like she's going to have more.
They're holding true to the show, Brian. Ashley wasn't really a big part of the Fresh Prince, the original one.
Tatiana Ali ended up being she was when she was bigger. She was a singer. They had a lot of focus
she had some episodes to spotlight her, but
Hilary wasn't the focus on the original series. Hilary got put to the back burner, and Tatiana Ali took a lot more of a lead.
I think her dinginess stole the scene though. Whenever Hilary was on there, my eyes actually gravitated towards her, not because she's a beautiful woman, but just her dinginess was so out of character with everything else. Her and Carlton, to me, were the scene stealers. The scene stealers.
Carlton was in almost every scene. Hilary, there were episodes where she wasn't even there. Lots of them. Ashley was actually in a lot more scenes. Tatiana Ali,
Ashley and the little boy
for my age. Tatiana Ali is, if you're between the ages of 45, 46, and 38, Tatiana Ali is huge. She was, the focus of everything, and that was to get the young crowd into it. So, and that's why she has so much scenes, especially from season 2 to season 5.
I'm kind of on Danny's side a little bit there, because I think Hilary had a little bit more when she had her husband or the boyfriend and he died. Like, that was a lot of focus on her. And I think Ashley had her moments too, but I think that Hilary was in a little bit more than her, to be honest with you.
I remember Hilary.
Just Google it. Just Google it.
Go ahead, Danny. You were gonna say?
No, I just say I think Hilary's more of a scene stealer than Ashley was to me. My opinion.
But I think it's also because of your age. I think the age difference, what you focus on, would be different.
Could be. Tamika then said, "I love this show. I was very skeptical in the beginning." You know what? To be honest with you, I think everybody was a little bit skeptical at the beginning, right? Not me personally. Like, there were some people, "Oh, I can't believe you're doing that. You can't do that with the Fresh Prince." That was not me. Me was more like, how are you going to execute this, right? You're doing a serious take on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. How are you going to execute it? And to be honest with you, I think they've executed it perfectly so far. 100%. I think it's done perfectly. They had real music artists on the original show. Can it be placed in now? Well, they had musical artists on this one, right? The last dude was a rapper. What's his name? The one they were trying to get. Yeah.
So wait, Brandman, you saw the Lil Dicky show, right? Like,
love Dave.
Dave was huge. Like, I don't know what you guys. Once again, because we're 40 and they're 50, there's a difference in it.
Do you think Aunt Viv will get pregnant and have their son Nicky? Yes, 100%.
Oh Lord, please.
Whoa, I didn't even think about that. I forgot about Nicky for a second.
Yes, because they're going to have sex. If they didn't have it on the anniversary night, they're going to have sex before the season is over, and she's going to get pregnant. Yes, they're going to bring Nicky.
I wouldn't be surprised she's already pregnant.
Yeah, they're going to bring Nicky.
What about He-Man? You put something in her tacos.
So this is an off one. Put Grand Hill's wife Tamia on the show. God damn, she fine.
Tamia has multiple sclerosis, so she can't MS, so she can't do a lot of the stuff that she would like to do. Hey, Tamia's going to be a star.
You know who looking fine right now? Kellis. Have you seen?
Oh yeah,
Kellis. Oh
She crazy. She real crazy. She problem crazy, like for real.
They said it earlier. The crazy ones give the best nookie. You know what I mean? So
she's that person that might chop it off. You gotta watch out for Khalees.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give these episodes again. I gotta give them all A pluses because I don't really have that many negatives towards the shows. You know what I mean?
I would agree with what Brian said. I'm gonna cut you off, Hanzo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ashley is the one that they got the less character development for.
Yes.
And maybe they're going to work on that and kind of showcase her in some episodes, because when she comes in episodes, what she says is usually profound. It makes you like, So they need to kind of incorporate her a little bit more. I don't know whether it's his age thing, and maybe because of the popularity of the three main stars, which in my mind, the three main stars are Hilary, Will, and Carlton.
In this show, 100%. 100%.
Then Geoffrey. Jeffrey's a fan favorite too.
But even more than Will and than Phil and Viv. Like all four of them are more interesting. I think Jazz might be more interesting.
Me
the
too.
Other ones too.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
I like Phil. I don't like Vivian. I don't hate her, but she's probably my least favorite character on there.
Her other two sisters, you know what? To be honest with you, if that's the case, they may bring in, some old people from the show or something like that. But I don't even know if we'll even get the other two sisters, to be honest with you.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You think we might get the other Vivian? The original?
Well, she was in an episode already.
Yeah, she was already in.
She was?
No, the second Vivian. The second, not the original.
Yeah. You're talking. Will we get the original Vivian?
Light skin and Viv, or dark skin and Viv? Yeah.
The light skin Viv
was there
already. Yeah.
Not.
I don't know if she I know her relationship with Will was real fractured. I don't know if it's kind of repaired that much that he's going to pay her money. I don't know.
Well, they made up. You know what I mean? Like
they made up on TV.
Yeah, they made that whole interview where they actually talked and stuff and, aired it out. But I agree with you. I mean, I don't know, but Will always feels bad for what happened. At least he says he feels bad for what happened. So maybe he'll give her a role, right?
He's a good actor. He's a really good actor. Can't believe anything he says.
I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one. Yeah, remember, we've been going for about 2 hours now, so we will close it up. We will be back next week for the next couple of episodes. I don't know if they're going to drop 3. I don't know if they're going to drop 2. Because when I watched 4, right, I had to watch it find it online. I had to watch it. And when I watched it was only 4. So then I was at work the next day, and my son was like, "Oh, did you watch Bel-Air? They dropped 3 episodes." And I was like, 3? No, I didn't know that. So I had to go back and watch the other 2. So I'm hoping they drop 3 again. And if they do, we'll be back here next week to be talking about it again. So Brian, shout out you guys' channel. Let the people know where they can find you one last time.
Hey, me and B over here, we're the Spoiler Kings, guys. We do all movies, TV shows, all those type things, comic books. I bet if I got my Planet of the Apes steel book in here today. So we're gonna, talk about all this stuff. We'll talk about Bel-Air on Thursday. We're gonna talk about a lot of other things going on. I might even do a few solo shows with B&B because Brandon's going. We're gonna force him to do a couple things by himself too. But join us on Mondays and Thursdays at 9 Central, and we'll be here talking this crazy nerd stuff.
Absolutely. Tamika then said she thinks it's 2, then 2.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. They're gonna drop 2 on the 29th, which is my birthday. They're going to drop the last 2 on September the 5th.
Yep. That's
right now. Number
Thank
7
you.
episode is going to be called Black Lotus.
Uh-oh.
Episode 8 will be called Give Me a Break. Episode 9 is going to be called Family Matters. And episode 10 is Save the Best for Last.
Interesting. And Tamika, if you feel like you want to come and have a conversation and talk about it with us, let me know, man. Definitely would love to have you on. It's always great conversations, and I think we all pretty much enjoy this show. Yes. We really think it's good, and I hope, like you said, 5 seasons, I think I'll be good with. You know what I mean? 5 seasons we're good with because I think it'll drag on a little bit too long after that. But it's going to be one of those shows where it's going to be hard to see go because it's so good, especially if they keep up the momentum for those 5 seasons.
It depends on the money. That's going to be a question.
That too.
Yeah,
that too.
Well, that should have lasted 21 seasons. Supernatural. I was like, how in the world can this
16?
show last this long?
Well, you talk about Supernatural one more time. I'm gonna come see you.
No. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I can't believe it lasts this long. Like, good Lord, this thing got some staying power.
No matter of fact, it might come back.
Good Lord, wow. It better come back because he sucks as Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh yeah, you're 100% right.
Oh my Lord, I was like, man, how can you mess up this iconic character?
They already canceled that, right?
Yeah, Walker's already canceled.
The other guy too, Magnum. Tom Selleck was Magnum. Why are you going to give a Hispanic? And I am not racist at all. A Hispanic can't be Magnum. Why?
You don't have the mustache, man. You can't do
it. Higgins a female, British female.
All right, I'll definitely reach out to you. No problem. Probably the same time, Tuesday next week, 9 EST. 9 EST, guys.
WORK calls. It's gonna be whenever I get on this bad boy.
No, I know, Donnie. You got an excuse. You know what I mean?
Right here?
Officer of the law. I get it.
Dollars I did in 2 hours of work. So yeah, that's more important than any.
Said Tamika said Supernatural was her show.
Exactly. I got something for Supernatural right over here. Always, I got something.
I never watched it.
Where's baby?
Hey, when y'all gonna do that jersey draw?
Oh, that's coming up tomorrow, actually.
Okay.
Tomorrow we'll be giving away our jersey.
You guys responded that to me with a love. I don't want no love. I want my 3X. So
if you ask for a Green Bay, I better not be on that episode.
I didn't say about no Green Bay. I said my 3X. That's my size.
Although you said love, I was like, whoa.
Nah. You know I want a Big Ben, so I'll be hollering at you guys.
I like
just
that.
not to.
I like that.
But again, thanks everybody for popping in. It was appreciated, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
See you guys.
So Jack Frost, better times.
Bombard, I got your driver. Girls, hey, big up Buju Banton and Penny Tandy. Jack Frost, you hear me? Hey, girl, me know say you a cocky rider. The girl and with the tight vagina give good head. Me know say you a cocky rider. Any man where you grip one, there with you forever. Girl, it's something good and you ask this just because. I know any man can come and take off your dress. The way you're something tight, you left your ex-man in on. Never know you would have left him be a gunman to rouse. That is me. Some of these fools, them bad luck hit KFC. No, me not talk about Kentucky. Keep the fuck coming, she text me no stocky. Her ex-man a simp, she treat him like puppy. Hey, girl, me know say you a cocky rider.